Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm diving deep into an experience that tested my limits and transformed my perspective, my 3-day fast. So if you're curious about the highs, lows, and everything in between, hang in there. Before we dive in, let's talk about why I chose to embark on this fasting journey in the first place. Let's start with the background. It all started with my prostate cancer treatment, and more specific, the challenge I faced after the radiation treatment. I was in the category overweight, and due to that fact, in combination with other health challenges, I had the surgeon deemed it too risky to operate on me. So the team decided to go for a radiation treatment, and I was immediately putted on a 3-month hormone treatment. In fact, that was a choice I felt better with due to the fact that it left me with a chance to still have a degree of sex life in the future. At the time of commencement of treatment, and a few years back, I had not had a full night's sleep. Due to that, I needed to pee many times during the night. The next 3 months of the hormone treatment preparing for radiation, I gained about 30 kilos, and this on top of that, the surgeon told me I needed to be 30 kilos less if he should operate on me. I was now 60 kilos overweight. After the radiation was successfully finished and the result was what they had aimed for, everything was supposed to be back to normal within a year. That didn't happen, so I had still my toilet trips as before, as well as a weight stabilised at 45 kg overweight, 15 kg more than I had initially. And I had a lot of pain and slow speed on my toilet trips, leaving me so tired that I found myself sleeping on the toilet countless nights. In frustration that this toilet issue could not be fixed by operation after radiation, since that is not preferable, I had to find a way to deal with this and my weight. I was also in the meantime diagnosed with COPD, so I found it difficult to lose weight. In search of the optimal healer, our own body, I have studied a vast range of material and gained a lot from mind control during my treatment mentally. I now needed a new approach. Having read countless articles about the benefits of fasting, from improved mental clarity to potential weight loss and cellular regeneration, I felt the urge to experience it firsthand. I landed on one of the YouTube videos from Dr. Sten Ekberg, where I explained what happened during a 3 days and also 5 days fasting. I leave the links in the description below the video. The decision to do a 3 days fasting was done immediately, and my result was that I lost 3 kg and also stopped using medication for my watering issue. Preparation is key. Leading up to the fast, I, on the other hand, have done intermediate fasting for years, so I just jumped in. If you want to do a 3 days fast, you need to prepare well and also consult with your doctor before you start. Make sure to reduce your caffeine intake to prevent headaches and withdrawal symptoms on day 1. Getting your mind in the right place is equally important. I spent time researching and setting clear intentions for this journey. To understand what fasting do and why we can see benefit from it, let's dive into some facts and history. When we fast because we don't have food, we call it starving. If we go 100 years and more back in time, having no food was just another day for most of people. In the society today, most of us are blessed with plenty of food every single day, and we eat ourselves sick. Almost all of the sickness we're facing today is, in my understanding, overstoring of old food in form of fat, since the body are storing all what it doesn't need for a rainy day. But the rainy days is a thing of the past, and therefore we carrying around stored fat from years back in time. Dr. Sten Ekberg using the analogy of a pantry. So if we eat more than we need, we store the overflow in our pantry, with the intention to empty it every now and then. In today's modern life that doesn't happen, and we ending up overweight. When we on the other hand do fasting, we finally use some from our pantry. The body is during fasting waking up the inner healer, because the body's natural process is triggered. How does this happen? It takes about 12 hours without food to start this process. As we see in the graph, we have glucose, insulin, HGH, human growth hormone, ketones, and autophagy. Autophagy, also called self-eating, is a process by which a cell breaks down and destroys old, damaged, or abnormal proteins and other substances in its cytoplasm, the fluid inside a cell. The breakdown products are then recycled for important cell functions, especially during periods of stress or starvation. As we see after 18 hours, called intermediate fasting, which is normally reached skipping breakfast or having an earlier dinner, glucose and insulin are slightly down, and HGH, ketones and autophagy is starting to increase. The way I do this is eating 2 meals a day, lunch and dinner. 6 hours later, add then it is 18 hours to lunch again. By the time you get to lunch, you will normally don't even be hungry. If you feel hungry, just remain yourself that it is just a sensation, a feeling following your thought of food. If you brush it off, it goes away. It's like to be told, don't think about a pink elephant, and you can't get it out of your mind. I started, as I said, straight away, resulting in starting from the evening day one. The first day I experienced a craving for coffee, since I am a huge consumer of coffee. I had, however, a lot of water, and day one was easy for me. We was now on the 24 hours mark, and we have now started to see more result of glucose and insulin are slightly more down, and HGH, ketones and autophagy is now increasing more. Day 2, as we now have our second day without food, we can face some hunger. I actually didn't feel it so much. As Dr. Sten Ekberg strongly advised, we have to add some mineral supplement in form of salt, sodium and potassium. I personally used Himalayan salt and potassium additionally to my daily teaspoon of sodium bicarbonate. As we now are passing 48 hours mark, we can see more result of glucose and insulin are slightly more down, and HGH, ketones and autophagy is now increasing much more. HGH is now up about 500%. Day 3, now we are at our climax. I felt slightly hunger a few times during the day, and brushed it off knowing it was only a sensation. At this point, and we see on our graph, we are seeing most of the changes we was looking for, as I wanted to have some healing kicking in. Immune system increased with the dramatically increase in HGH and stem cell production, additionally to autophagy. I was feeling much lighter in my body, clearer in my brain, easier to breathe and pain during my toilet trip was dramatically down even though I had not taken my medication the last days. The first toilet trip came after almost 4 hours sleep, the longest sleep I have had in several years. I have not taken medication after this fasting and have now much less pain. The 3 kg I lost didn't claim on again, so I plan to have interval fasting for a period. As we see from the graph, we should now have made a dent in our machinery and hopefully triggered some long-term benefit. This was a very positive experience I definitely will implement as a twice-a-year thing to do. Let's see if I also do the 5 days in the future and share the experience with you. As I also mentioned, the third time during the journey through the cancer, I had invaluable benefit from the personal development journey I have had, and my studying to become a transformational life coach, focusing on the 3 principles by Sydney Banks and his followers. It all boiling down to the fact that what we choose to think makes our reality. Hope you gain some positive use of your time together with me here, and gain some understanding of how remarkable we are made as humans. That's all.